So welcome everyone. This is our yoga practice, gentle yoga practice. Today we'll be focused on intention. Intention is so important for us to sustain our practice and also to really look at the underlying formless dimension of our being. So here, taking the feet as wide as the mat, arms along the ears as we're resting on our back here, starting with windshield wipers. So part of our meditation and yoga practice is to playfully, right? We never want to take things too seriously because then we lose the joy of the practice. And also we know when we start to take things too seriously, we're in the realm of form identification, and that's where we really lose our essential nature. So let's first here bring the feet apart, knees together, one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. Our intention here in meditation and yoga is to playfully explore if we can direct our prana, our life force, our vital energy. Very simple. Can we direct our attention inwardly? And just if we can do that, that already is in itself a successful, if we were to, assess, that already is a successful practice. And we can sense that we have the awareness, the attention on the breath, on the inner body. We can sense that the breath is creating a movement. Lungs, the whole upper body follows the movement of the breath. Part of the practice is, can we sustain that attention? So that is the intention. Can I sustain my attention just a little more onto that inner body? That our attention goes to sounds, that is absolutely fine. Maybe we need to pay attention to what is going on in our surroundings, so we're always inclusive. Now let's practice just simple, choiceless, effortless attention to the here, to the now. So we're including the inner experience, we're including the outer experience, and it can be looking, smelling, sensing the aliveness that surrounds us. It can be touch, right? Feeling what is underneath us. It can be sounds. So at times we can concentrate and really direct our attention on the breath or the inner body. And at times the intention is a more choiceless, effortless awareness on whatever arises. So let's go again for windshield wipers, arms along the ears, feet wide. And a little bit of windshield wipers from side to side. So let's take the legs to the left side, torso, arms to the left side. And if you want more of an opening here, it could be block underneath that left buttocks. We're individualizing the practice, always making this yours. As we listen to that inner wisdom, another aspect in the meditation yoga practice, why we're looking at intention, is because what we're doing is important, but also how we're doing it. What is our state of consciousness as we're doing it? What is the underlying intention? The quality that we're bringing to our actions are also important. So we could have a very consistent meditation or yoga practice, but we're doing it with an intention perhaps to fix ourselves or perhaps to perfect ourselves, perhaps to avoid issues that we need to look at in our life. So there's many reasons why underneath what we're doing, they may be an intention. Maybe we're running away with our meditation or yoga practice. So we need to be clear about our intention. So a few more breaths here, and at times a longer, fuller breath maybe nurturing at times, just letting the breath breathe itself, maybe nurturing. Nice. We're going to take the hips on the mat, hands behind the knees, and let's go for circles here. We can massage the center of the body, lower back region of the pelvis. Breathing. So all that we are experiencing is in the present moment. We may be having memories, maybe we're planning or rehearsing a situation, life situation, but all that we are experiencing is actually in the present moment. Let's bring the block underneath the right buttocks. If you're using the block, of course, we can be on the mat, feet as wide as the mat, then legs, torso, arms towards the right side. So awareness along that left side of the body. So we can set up an intention noticing moment by moment the changes that are happening. If we are able to observe the physical body, if we're able to observe the breath and observe the thoughts, formations coming and going, we know we are in a strong place right now. And just savoring that. Already that we came and took the time today for our yoga practice, just that we were able to have to bring time for our practice, that in itself also is a sign that we are having a good day. So we're going to take the block to the side if we have one, and then hips on the mat, so hugging the legs here. We can take the ankles up in the air, pointing and flexing the feet. So whenever we have high temperature like we're having right now, a cooling practice can be so balancing. Taking the knees over the hips and then legs up, hands down to the side, and as we exhale, just that right leg a little lower. Inhale, bring the right leg up. Exhale, left leg. So it can be just a little bit or foot towards bottom of the mat. Inhale, up. Exhale, right side. Inhale, up. Exhale, left side. Inhale, up. Exhale, right side. Inhale, up. Exhale, left side. So upper body really quiet. Fresh, curious awareness. So being present, being kind, compassionate, listening. Nice. Just hugging the knees. When you're ready, exhale. Let's bring the left foot at the bottom of the mat. Open the right arm and then right hip on top of the left. Coming back to our intention. Maybe you've chosen to pay more attention to the inside. Maybe you've chosen to integrate the macrocosmos and the microcosmos. So many ways. Maybe you've chosen to let the breath breathe itself. Maybe your intention is to create an even, rhythmic breath that is a little longer than an everyday breath. We're going to roll on our back. So very cooling practice, very gentle today. Now before we do that second side twist, take the hands towards the heels, bridge, Situ Bandhasana. Comfortably taking the hips up. Once the hips are up, the neck, head, quiet. So here we could press the palms, maybe here interlacing fingers. And then drawing the hands down towards the heels. One more breath here. And hips on the mat. So we're hugging the left leg, opening the left arm out to the side and twisting. So what is the quality of our attention? What is our state of consciousness? Naturally, there's moments, especially if we feel tired, if we have a lot going on, a long day, where we can really sense our attention may become heavy and kind of dragging our feet. It's a little bit like if we were walking in the mud. It feels dark, sticky, heavy. So when we notice that going on, we need to really take good care of ourselves. Especially if there's a little bit of that daily grind feeling, that very repetitive kind of same old feeling, kind of mood. Part of the practice is to recognize that our attitude really creates a lot of our experience. We could have the intention to be curious, open, receptive, right? To look at things as if they were new, even if they're familiar. That is the intention with meditation and yoga. Cultivating that attitude. That is the intention, primarily for most practices. So we're rolling out to the back. Hug the knees. And then we can roll to the side if you want. Roll to a seated position and coming to hands and knees. So here, wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and exhale. This is our cat, and inhale. This is our cow. Few more. So same as in our life, lots of repetition. Can we cultivate, sustain that intention of feeling each moment? So coming to child's pose. Coming back to our intention. Very nice. Coming to hands and knees. So onto the belly. Let's do the snake is checking if the tail is still there. So we're pointing the feet, right hand ahead and that left hand towards the left side of the waist. So as we inhaling up, and we could gaze towards that left shoulder or left heel. Exhale, release. Inhale up. Exhale. So we're listening to that inner body. 3 more breaths. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale. 1 more breath. Nice. Maybe resting on the belly with hands underneath the forehead. Maybe a cobra or upper facing dog. And as we exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, carrot, also known as Dandasana or plank, and then all the way to the belly. So now it's the left hand ahead of the left shoulder, right hand can turn out. Inhaling up, gazing back. Exhale. Inhale up. Gazing back. Exhale. 3 more breaths. One more. Nice. Hands next to the ribs. Inhale. Any back bending, and as we exhale, any forward bending. So it can be puppy downward facing dog, child's pose, maybe downward facing dog. Inhale, carrot. Exhale all the way to the belly. So we're going to do Shalabhasana, locust. And you can choose, arms can be next to the shoulders. Put as much weight as you want in the hands. It could be forehead remaining on the mat with a neutral head position. It could be head up. So we're choosing a position. If we need less, arms could be straight towards the wall behind us or just this way. Breathing in. Breathing out. Coming back to our intention. Nice. Hands next to the ribs. Inhale, any nurturing back bend. And as we exhale, any nurturing forward bend. Two more breaths. So let's turn the lower body to the right side and then just bringing that left hip down. So I'll be mirroring you. Bend the left leg, right leg straight. We're turning the torso towards the bent left leg. Inhale, sitting tall, and then over towards the right leg. We can always bend the right arm, creating a little support for the head. Breathing in, breathing out. Very nice. So let's bring the legs together. Torso towards the top of our mat. And come to your downward facing dog, or a puppy downward facing dog, or child's pose. And it can be holding there, it could be a flow. Now in downward dog, the lower body points to the left side. And we're landing on that right hip. So we're bending the right leg, left leg straight. Turning the torso towards the right leg. Inhale, tall. And then we're going lateral bending over the left leg. Coming back to our intention. Very nice. Coming up, bring the legs together. Turn towards the top of the mat. Downward facing dog. Some of us will hold, some of us will choose a flow if that feels nurturing. So we're practicing that, listening to our prana, our vitality. For some of us, stillness is nurturing right now. For some of us, movement is nurturing. Again, Lower body points to the right side. Come to sit on that outer left hip. We're taking the legs in front of us. Bend the right leg on top and then maybe the left leg on top, below. Okay. If when we're sitting here, that right hip is way too up, keep the left leg straight or even the left foot to the inside. So checking with the hips, left arm up, right hand behind us. Exhale, twisting here. So part of the practice is coming back to our intention. Can we maintain our intention? So it's that return journey, beginning again. Nice. As we exhale, let's go upper body all the way to the other side. Nice. Both legs bending together towards the bottom of the mat. And downward facing dog or child's pose. So judgments, mental formation naturally happens. Okay, it's the nature of the thinking aspect of the mind. Looking at that. We're not trying to stop the thinking, we're just stepping out of the thinking and just looking at it. Bend the knees, the lower body towards that left side. Sitting on the outer left hip, and here we go, legs in front of us. It could be left foot outside the right, it can just be this way. Okay, and if we want, also bending that lower leg, left hand behind us, inhale, right arm up, and we're twisting. Coming back to our intention. Nice. As we exhale, upper body all the way to the other side. Nice. Turn to face the top of the mat, legs together, downward facing dog. Stillness or movement. What feels nurturing? So we can do the pigeon, right? Maybe knee to that outer right side of the mat. Maybe on our back, figure stretch, and perhaps some of you may prefer, like me, double pigeon. Breathing. as we're practicing, there are moments where we experience ourselves where we are without any thinking about our life situation, right? There's absolutely no thinking about what we need to take care of, what is going on. We're just with the breath, just with the aliveness that we are. These are magical moments. We're just present. So we're going to transition to the second side. And before we do that, in between a counter posture on our back, it could be blissful baby posture or downward dog from pigeon. And then we're going to come to that second side. Breathing, relaxing. Noticing the thinking naturally. At times, our attention is lost in the thinking. We can always bring our attention back here. And also remembering our intention. So taking that counter posture that worked for you, maybe downward dog from pigeon, maybe blissful baby posture if we're on the back from our figure four stretch. Very nice. So we're going to come to a squatting position. It can be sitting on one or two blocks, maybe a moment with hips or heels up in the air. And then we're sitting on the floor, rolling down. We'll do with the block underneath the sacrum. Flat triangular bone just below the spine. Maybe soles of the feet together, knees apart. Maybe straight legs. Sometimes legs up feels good. And of course, maybe without the block. So it can be any arm variation, leg variation. The whole practice could be to simply direct our attention on ourselves, our love, our kindness going back to ourselves. Very healing, very nurturing. So here we can feel the weight of the body becoming heavier. Letting go. So I'm going to suggest you take the block to the side. Now if you want to remain there on your back with the block underneath the sacrum, please do. Otherwise, hug the knees and rolling up. We're going to practice what is known as a formal, structured meditation practice. So we can sit kneeling or cross-legged. Feel free to remain on your back. Chin mudra, bringing the tip of your index fingers together and the 3 remaining fingers just extending out. So the shoulders, the ears right above the hips. It can be outer gazing at a point or inner gazing. Beginning first with Samavriti Pranayama. So very simply, even, conscious, little longer breath, beginning with the exhale. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now just being with our natural breath. Receptive spaciousness to whatever shows up on the inside and the outside. Coming back to our intention. And then we're going to here onto our back. So we're perhaps, if you would like to, last supine twist. The legs could be wide and then right upper thigh crossing over the left if you want, without the crossing. So simply legs together, perhaps here on the left side with the legs open, the right arm out. So how can we always have joy and lightness and playfulness is to bring that intention, that attitude in every moment of our life. We can always create joy, lightness, playfulness with bringing that energy in what we're doing. Let's roll onto the back. If you want, open the legs wide. If you did cross, it would be left upper thigh on top of the right. Perhaps just the legs together, knees to the right. Open the left arm out. And naturally, there are moments of low energy where we need to be a little bit more calm and quiet with the underlying intention, attitude of openness and lightness. Rolling onto the back, nice little hug. And then Shavasana, corpse. Maybe legs up the wall if we feel we need more coolness. If we feel just right, palms opening up, and feel free to cover yourself. Perhaps 10, 15 minutes here. Gratitude for each of you practicing your personal, unique yoga practice. Gratitude for the aliveness, that luminous, formless, infinite nature on the inside and the outside. And may all beings be safe, healthy, at peace, free and joyful in the whole cosmos. Namaste.